Hi, I'm Kat Green, and this is part 2 of the top mistakes that beginners make on a raw food diet. Expecting change to happen right away. I would strongly urge people to exercise patience when it comes to changing your diet and lifestyle. I know it's frustrating coming from many fad diets where you want to lose the weight quickly, but it may not happen within the first week, the first month, the first year even, and we have to remember that it took you maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 years to get here, that it's not going to change overnight. So please exercise patience. Thinking that you need to spend a lot of money to be on a raw food diet. This one is really frustrating to me because it doesn't have to be so. I know I buy my produce in bulk and I'm spending a lot less money than I was in the past when I was eating cooked food. I see a lot of people spend most of their money on things like superfoods, on things like kitchen appliances, and on fancy retreats. And you should know that none of these things are a necessity for a successful raw food diet. Not drinking enough water. People are walking around underhydrated, and this is actually one of my passions. I am a strong supporter of drinking lots of water. I know we're eating water-rich foods, but it's simply not enough. Personally, I drink at least 2 liters a day, and then depending on activity level, if you're exercising a lot, if you are in a hot environment, if you're in a cold environment, you may need more than that. So please be drinking water. For some reason, there's a large misconception that when you come to the raw food diet, you no longer have to be taking care of your teeth. And this is simply not the case, at least from what I've observed in myself and in others. I would strongly suggest that a teeth care regimen you're comfortable with, whether this includes brushing, flossing, a water pick, a natural mouth rinse, something that you're happy with and works for you. Please continue while you're doing the raw food diet, and don't neglect the health of your teeth. So there are a lot of people who come to this diet and they find that they are losing weight very quickly and it falls off them, and they turn around, they look in the mirror and they think, oh my god, I am so skinny, I have no muscle. This diet made me lose muscle. And unfortunately, I hate to break it to you, but if it's weight coming off that quickly, it's most likely water weight and fat, and really you weren't as muscular as you think you were, and the diet is just revealing this to you. And it's not the diet's fault for making you quote-unquote skinny. If you want muscle, the diet will be very supportive of any gym regimen that you want to pursue. A lot of people aren't eating their fruit when it's ripe. This goes for people on a raw food diet and a cooked food diet. I think that everybody should be able to get to enjoy ripe fruit. This is one of my biggest pet peeves, and I see it all the time when I'm on the subway and someone's eating a green banana, and it just breaks my heart because Mother Nature didn't really intend for you to eat it that way, and it's just such a disappointment to me because it could be so much more enjoyable. Plus, ripe fruit is bad for your body for a variety of reasons: poor digestion, it's bad for your teeth, and it really just doesn't taste as good. And I know that people have excuses like, oh, I like bananas that way. Yeah, I like them green, and I like to just put a little honey on them and eat them. Or I used to sell fruit and people would come in and look for hard nectarines and hard peaches, and they'd say, yeah, I love them this way. You know, we just throw them on the grill and cook them up, and that really sweetens them up. People are looking for sweets for a reason, and if you just let the fruit ripen, it will happen naturally. And of course, ripening on the tree is the most optimal. and it means that it will be more nutritious the riper it gets. So sweeter, more nutritious, just overall better experience for your body. Please get educated about what fruit is ripe. It might be more than you think. You know, a brown banana is still okay to eat. It's actually better when it's freckled. People come to the raw food diet and the 80-10-10 diet even, and they become very passionate about food. And I understand, food is wonderful, it is great, but it's also not the only element that we have to be looking at. I would really encourage people to reflect on how we can't just eat our way to health. There are other things that are involved, and I've seen people just come and focus on eating. They have that down, but they forget about exercise. They forget about being creative. They forget about socializing. They forget about a whole variety of other elements that we have to look at when we look at your health as a whole. So please look at all of the elements in the principles of natural hygiene. That's a great place to start. Alright, so eating a high fat, high nuts and seeds, gourmet raw food diet with lots of sodium and namashoyu and nutritional yeast and all of these like faux raw food items. This is huge. I know came into the movement this way. I didn't know anything else, and I have to say my digestion was not happy on this diet, and I know that this is the case for everyone, pretty much everyone else that I've talked to. When you're eating a high nuts and seeds diet, it feels like you have a brick in your stomach, and it really doesn't give you the same kind of energy to exercise and move around and enjoy life that a high carb, low fat diet does. So please be aware of this and don't fall into the too high fat gourmet lifestyle of the raw food diet. So thanks for watching. I have just one last thing I want to talk about. I have 2 recipe books that are available. One is the low-fat raw vegan recipes, and then my other one is this new one. It's called low-fat raw vegan dinners. So it's all savory dinner recipes. If you want to check that out, there is a link here, and I'll see you next video.